Have you ever tried something really ambitious? Something that is a lot to take on? Was it perhaps a bit of a stupid decision in retrospect? Did it perhaps turn out to be a massive boulder you have neither the time nor the resources to whittle down? Is it perhaps time to take that project behind the shed? Yeah, Sanctuary Zero is dead. At least for the time being. I've come to realize that I overscoped massively and also didn't have the technical competency yet to make that game work the way I wanted it to. Well, into the fire it goes. And from the ashes, we shall start again. Now, a failed project is a waste of time only if you do not learn from it. So, before anything else, let's go over what I learned from Sanctuary Zero. 1. Having a linear campaign with handcrafted levels, with all that writing, designing, art, sound and scripting that comes with it, is too much for me. I'm just one person. 2. Programming action games, whether they're shooters or something else, takes a lot of skill to get right, and I don't have that skill. Yet. 3. There was nothing in Sanctuary Zero that allowed players to bond to the game on an emotional level. 4. The game didn't have a strong identity, making it very difficult to present to people in an engaging way. So, what are the consequences? 1. The new game will be a small sandbox, with every activity coming back to a singular mechanic. Think about how in My Summer Car, for instance, every activity ends up being related to the titular car. Or how in Stardew Valley, everything ends up being related to your farm in the end. 2. No combat. 3. The new game will be built from the ground up to connect the player to the small world they're meant to inhabit. I want them to build a rapport not just with the NPCs around them, but also the landscape they're traversing. 4. The game needs a strong visual identity from the start. And 5. The new game needs a lot more pre-production for every step. More planning, less random doing. So, hi, I'm Designator, and I'm making a video game about building and maintaining a racing hoverbike on a frontier planet. I want the gameplay to be split into 3 areas: exploration, social interaction, and building/maintaining. These should be interlinked. Exploration will yield resources that you can either use directly or sell. Social interactions allow you to spend your money on new resources as well as getting jobs. Lastly, engineering, where you construct and repair both your own vehicles and machines around the colony. You are the resident mechanic after all. From this emerge a few points that will need to be worked through in the beginning. Number 1. Finding a solid visual style for the game. So I'll be doing a lot of concept art and trying to find what I'm looking for aesthetically. Number 2. Building a strong, versatile character controller that can handle everything the game requires. Moving, entering and controlling vehicles, entering a reading/dialogue state, moving props around, etc. 3. A versatile, modular machine assembly and repair system that allows me to build machines the player can interact with in the game world, ideally without having to write any extra code for any given machine. 4. A save and load system that keeps track of props. 5. A day and night cycle with days of the week and maybe week of the month? We'll see about that. And 6. NPC systems with routines, the ability to talk to the player, and all the fun data management stuff that comes with that. Finding a style will be a challenge that will happen in parallel with all other steps. And I'll make a devlog about it when it's done. I will occasionally stream live concept art here on the channel, so make sure to subscribe if that's interesting to you, or check out the live tab to check out the VODs. All the other things on the to-do list will be their own devlogs, and if you are interested in one in particular, be sure to leave a comment telling me which one. I do intend on turning the devlogs into tutorials of sorts, though I will only be explaining the principles behind what I'm doing. Don't expect any line-by-line explanations. Well, that's the plan. I hope I can make it work, and I hope that you join me for the journey. If you plan on sticking with me, do consider subscribing to the channel. It gives me a little dopamine rush every time somebody does. So let's go and build some hoverbikes.